Stop wasting your time and money in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu if you're constantly forgetting precious grappling knowledge. And start saving your time and money by making it easier to memorize and retain precious grappling knowledge. If you could train Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu without having constant memory problems getting in the way of your training to make progress, regardless, even if you're only training as little as once a week, if you could be reassured and not have to worry about forgetting precious grappling knowledge, how much of an impact would it have to your overall Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu training and progress? What's up, guys? Welcome to the video. So I'll be showing you guys my method and how I take notes to memorize and encode as much information that I can extract from this video tutorial right here easily and efficiently without feeling cognitively overloaded or stressed out. Memorizing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu techniques is hard and complex, so I made it easier for myself because I believe the more knowledge that I'm able to memorize and retain effectively, the more efficient and enriching it becomes to build skill from that knowledge by using kinesthetic learning later on when I get the chance to train at my gym. In Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, kinesthetic learning is all about learning through movement and hands-on practice. So instead of just watching someone demonstrate a technique or listening to instructions, you learn by physically drilling moves, rolling with a partner, and feeling how your body and your opponent body reacts. This type of learning helps build muscle memory, improves timing, and develops an intuitive understanding of techniques through repetition and real-life applications during sparring. Whatever type of kinesthetic learning or methods there are in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, whether it is ecological or the traditional way of training, I believe my method can make the experience to do them even more efficient and enriching thing to do. Back when I was a beginner grappler, doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu every time was a constant struggle because I had constant memory problems. So I at least want to get over that bad type of struggle of always forgetting and having memory fog when it comes to learning Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu techniques, and start having a good type of struggle of being able to reach to a point of having enough foundational knowledge built to actually have fun in my struggles and improve from them. I believe acquiring knowledge is the first step to developing skill. The second step is knowledge with practice comes skill, and I use my method to help me build my knowledge faster and easier so that I can have more time, energy, and enjoyment to put to practice to build the skill more efficiently for myself. To get the full detail on everything about my method, I have a 4-hour video explaining everything about it, my reasons for making it, how it works, and all about the learning methods that I used and combined together to create this one method to memorize Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu techniques easier and convenient. So check it out. But overall, it's a method that I use to memorize Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu techniques anytime and anywhere I want, without needing to drill or show up to my gym. Show me a technique and I'll show you guys how I memorize it. For this video, I'll be checking out the Rogan demonstrating taking the back with Bas Rutten, and I'll try to memorize everything I can from it. Here I have my Anki app open, ready to start my method. I already have the front of the card filled out with a source and a name. The source being YouTube, MGVMEDIA as the channel, and the name is, again, Rogan demonstrating taking the back with Bas Rutten. And now it's time to start my process on the back of the card. For this process, I'll be using two different types of learning methods called chunking and the pattern method, where first I break the large complex information that I am confronted with in this video tutorial right here into more smaller simple pieces by using the chunking method, and then second, arrange those pieces into a different form where it becomes like a puzzle for my brain to naturally solve to figure out for the answer by using the pattern method. I find that doing these two different types of things, of breaking the large complex information into simple ideas and then turning those simple ideas into questions for my brain to figure out by putting all the pieces back together to get to the answer, I find it really helps me memorize Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu techniques like crazy. The idea for this type of memorization process that I do is that it gets me constantly thinking and making connections throughout the whole time I do it. Because the more I can get my brain to think and make connections with the complex grappling material of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu techniques, the more likely I am able to convince my brain to deem them valuable and have a higher chance for them to enter my long-term memory much faster and easier. That I don't feel stressed out or confused at the end of the process, that whatever grappling knowledge I just threw inside my head for the first time will stay long-term and will not be easily forgettable, that I feel very well prepared and excited to go put them to practice immediately whenever I get the chance to train at my gym. Anyways, let's get started. So I'll start with everything with a situational block. Again, situational blocks are a way to indicate different types of scenarios and applications that a technique can be used in the video tutorial.
All right, well, many times when we do our job, there's these moments that you're gonna go like, whoa, wait a minute, he can escape so easy. Or there's a certain kick or a certain punch that they don't do.
Yeah, this is gonna be a quick video, guys, because this is just like a minute long, so.
What is one of those moves?
Well, there's a certain technique, if you lie down here, there's a certain technique where you can take the back, where a guy is stuck. If a guy is trying to get the mount, oftentimes they will get a foot.
Yeah. This is actually pretty useful because one of my fundamentals and basic techniques that I do, there's some times where I just like get my foot stuck in here and I'm not able to drive that knee over the belly to add pressure on top of my rolling partner or opponent's head for them to let go of that leg. And sometimes I just like, okay, maybe I can't go this way down. Maybe I can jump up and switch to this way down. And sometimes it's just too stubborn to let go of the leg. So I get frustrated. So maybe when I saw this video tutorial and the demonstration of the technique that Joe Rogan performed, I feel like, oh, this is a cool technique that I could add to my arsenal that I could try out on my rolling buddies, right? This is why I picked this tutorial. But again, it's a minute long, so it's gonna be a quick video, hopefully. So anyways, timestamp is 18. That's what I'm gonna do. So 0018. Timestamps are important to add in the end of the line of code. They are used as reference, just in case of the line of code that I wrote is too hard to decipher or that I completely forgot what it means during the reviewing process. This way I can save some time and hassle looking for the part that I'm missing more easily. So again, yeah, that's why I add the timestamp at the end of every line of code. And this is step 1 right here. This is my first step block. This is the first section of the line of code. If you guys don't know, sections are basically our line of code. Whatever line of code that doesn't have a step block in front of it automatically falls under the step block above it. Sections are basically branches to a tree. The first section is always the section with the step block in it. So since this line of code has a step block in it, it's the first section. Power position, this is the mount. So beginning, BEG, so I would describe this as a power position plus anticipated opponent, because my opponent, which is Bas Rutten, I haven't heard that name for a while. So anyways, Bas Rutten, he has this one leg basically trapped in between his legs. So equals over plus keep safe. Put 2 here. When I put 2 next to the blocks, that indicates that Bas Rutten is doing the move. And I'm imagining myself in Joe Rogan's place, because, he's on top of the mount. So go over, keep safe, go over plus keep safe equals RES2 equals stubborn opponent. All right, so mount, post, power position, and position, go over, keep safe. I should say close the position, just to add maybe a little more hints. Okay guys, so this is my first line of code, the first section, and you see these blocks right here. So this is how I count the blocks: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you notice that I count this as one block, even though there's like 2 blocks. That's because there's parentheses, that combines the blocks together. If there were no parentheses, just imagine this one line of code with no parentheses, then I would count the blocks this way: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? But since there's parentheses that's combine the blocks together, then yeah, I would count those as 1. As you know, if you've been watching my other previous videos, I use the chunking method to break the large complex information into simple ideas, converting the knowledge that I find in this video tutorial into what I call blocks. These blocks right here, right, are a way to give the technique more of a simple context approach for the brain to work with to memorize easier. Blocks are basically abbreviations that convey movement, imagination, signifiers, and any ideas I can use to relate and turn complex information into simple ideas. The best way to use the blocks is not to make them too specific or detailed, but more in a way cryptic that only gives enough clues to get the brain thinking to logically guess and connect it with the correct way of thinking that fits the context of the technique being demonstrated in the video tutorial.
Foot stuck. Now, normally what guys do is they try to get this foot free. So what they'll do is they'll try to control the body like this, and they'll push down with the instep and try to free this leg up and get the full mount.
Yeah.
Get this foot free. So
That's what I would try to try to do if I can. But
normally what guys do is they try to get this.
Or I just want, goof off and play around with moves, then it's always good to add more techniques to play around with.
Foot free. So what they'll do is they'll try to control the body like this.
Okay, so 28 is the next timestamp. Maybe 27, just to be safe. Step 2 plus go to move equals plus very common equals plus st situational equals go to move very common situational. So yeah, this is I'm using the plus sign as because I'm using the pattern method. I'm using these plus signs to basically give the idea, to express the idea of the combinations of ideas. When I'm looking at this, my brain's going to, okay, how does this GTM, never mind, GTM is equals, how does this go to move relate to very common plus situational? So what's a go to move if you're stuck in that situation that's very, fundamental and basic that you would normally instinctively go do first before you try anything more complex? And when I'm starting to see these three combination of blocks together, right, I see the relation and my brain starts to make connections and lead me to, okay, well, I would do it this way, what Joe Rogan would do. It's more like foundational and basically common sense in a way where this is what you do, try out first, right? It works. It works most of the time. It's very basic and simple, and yeah, that's the go-to move. And this is how I express it in my way so far. I could add more blocks to give myself more hints, but I'm always trying to make sure I don't want to be giving myself too many hints, making it too obvious. Because think of it like this. Have you ever played that game where you hold up a word or picture above your forehead? You don't know what the word or picture is, so you rely on the other players to give you hints to figure it out. So if someone had a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu technique called the Kimura from side mount above their forehead, how would you describe or hint it to them without being too obvious or descriptive? Your goal is to constantly keep them thinking and making connections until they finally figure out the answer on their own. That is basically what I am doing to myself. I am only giving myself enough information to work with to nudge my thinking into the right direction until it leads me to the answer. Okay, so I need more. So situational equals go under plus keep safe. This is the first one I'm describing. Joe Rogan has one of his arm go under Bas Rutten's armpit behind his head, and the other arm is going over Bas Rutten's head around to close the position by doing a cable grip, pinning him down to the ground. So go under plus go over plus go around plus keep safe. And this is to indicate the position is closed, close the position, and equals RSES, RSC equals PRP, you're preparing. Now, how can I describe the legs?
They'll try to control the body like this.
Okay, so 29, okay, 0, 0, 0, 0, 29. Is the next timestamp, and it's going to be the next step. Step 3.
Now push down with the.
He did it pretty fast. I think I know what he's doing. He's just basically threading.
Push down with the instep and.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Take opportunity equals. Go over plus, I'm gonna put Because I feel like this first line right here of the code doesn't have enough blocks. Maybe I feel like it's lacking this one specific block. So I'm gonna put all in one. It's an all-in-one block. So hopefully this should be enough to get my brain thinking like, okay, how does this connect? How does this make sense, right? Because I'm in a power position and we're adding that idea that my opponent is doing something. And why is there an all-in-one block? What is my opponent doing that they're putting it all in one? And I'm looking at the next line of blocks right here is that go over plus keep safe, go over, keep safe, plus go over plus keep safe. So they're essentially keeping something safe, going over, close the position and restrain. So I'm thinking, okay, what idea that I can see myself in, that I'm in a power position, but my opponent has all-in-one restraint on me still. And I could imagine, oh, well, that would make sense if they had both their legs all in one of my leg to restrain me, to keep me from getting full mount. That would practically how I nudge my thinking into the right direction when I look at this line of code. And they're being stubborn about it right here. This is the overall, like they're stubborn, they're not gonna let go, they won't let me have that full mount. So this line of code helps me think, okay? Thinking and connections, constantly think and make connections. That's the whole goal of your notes. If your notes don't make you think and make connections, then it's kind of like useless, honestly. Take over, okay, hold on. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. If you guys been watching my previous video, you notice that I've been re-saying a lot of the same thing over and over. And this video series is just an opportunity for me to refine my teaching, I guess, for me to get better at explaining my process. So that's why I'm doing this over and over many times. I'm hoping that each video, I get better each time. I get more confident. I get more confident in my voice when I'm speaking. Yeah, this is really my reasons for making this video series. But overall, it's also a cool way for me to add, fun moves that I find online that I can throw on at the mats. But normally I don't use these techniques, but if there's an opportunity that arises, if I could use these techniques, I would use them. But my main game is always my fundamentals and basics. And I always try to really hone those things down more than anything. My fundamentals and basics are my A game. These cool stuff right here is kind of like my B game, or my, oh, just have fun kind of game. Go over, keep safe equals PRP plus take opportunity equals push away plus take away equals better position. Better position plus power position equals CFT. Continue from there.
And try to free this leg up and get the full mount. But instead of doing...
All right. This next timestamp is 0034.
Now there's a way to take the back from here. As he captures my foot and tries to keep me from...
Okay, yeah, power position, all in one, plus across, all across. Okay, CRO for the abbreviation of cross. So in position, oh, gotta add a 2 right there. Anticipation all in one plus cross. My knee would be across his spine alignment, and this is kind of not like it's not really a good position to be in, be honest, right? It would make sense if the legs had the other leg, and that's probably better, right? But this, looking at this, it's not as strong, right? It's not really strong. It's all across the line of the spine, and it just makes it more difficult and frustrating to hold. So I just want to add that block to that line. So situational 2, step 1. Okay, so Next block I'll be adding is a linking block. Linking blocks are used as a way to link specific steps and sections of blocks together with other steps and sections throughout the code. So if I have a line of code that I want to continue my thinking or want to branch off from, linking blocks will help me do that. This is how I use the linking block. So I want to branch my thinking off from situational 1 on the step 1, the first section of line of code, step 1. And this is how I do it. Situational 1, step 1. Let's see. And it's the first section of step 1. And remember, like I said, the first section is always the line of code with a step block in it. And which block do I really want to focus more on in this first section of code? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Honestly, every block. So I will type every block. So that's where I'm continuing off from for my thinking. And basically, yeah.
For mounting, what I do is what's called the lockdown. And from here,
40, just like 40 right here. 0, 0, 40. Step 2 plus, okay, so he goes under, and this goes over this leg, okay? Go under, plus go over, and it's basically a triangle. He's triangling Bas Rutten's left leg right here, in a way. So go over, plus keep safe equals close the position. I should add a state of mind code. This block is basically to help me start thinking, what does it resemble like? You know, like what am I doing with my legs that I'm closing the position that resembles something? And that's basically a triangle, right? This looks like a triangle. I'm triangling his leg. So that's why I add that there. All right, there we go. 40, and this is to prepare. It's not an add sign, equal sign. Equal signs are basically a way to express the outcomes of the blocks. Carrying over a single idea or a combinations of ideas and leading the visualization and thinking to the main idea or bigger picture. And the bigger picture is that these blocks, when they combine together, has that main idea. That main idea is closing position, and state of mind looks like a triangle. So that's the main idea or bigger picture. And then again, this setup is just to, again, carry over into another main idea is to prepare. So you're only preparing, right?
I triangle the back of my knee with my left foot, and then I put.
Oh, okay, so 45. 0, 0, or 44. There we go. Step 3 plus go around plus go under plus keep safe equals PRP. So these two line codes are basically expressing this more. This one hooks under that leg. So yeah, it is like a lockdown.
Put my right foot down and catch it on his leg, securing his legs in place.
I think I should say it's hold position equals RES, restrain plus restrain equals preferred position plus weight opportunity equals PRP. There we go.
Then what I do is I put this
51. 0, 0, 51. Step 4 and
this leg under this arm rather under his armpit, and I roll.
Okay. Take the opportunity equals I should add another linking block here. This is weird. Hold on. Okay. Go under, keep safe, go over, go around, keep safe, close the position. This is right here is when I'm having my arms over their head to keep them down. Situational 1 dash step 2 dash section 1 dash, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would say the 6th block, okay? Because I'm closing position, and plus let go equals let go plus transition plus go over plus sweet spot equals take opportunity plus roll over, and roll over equals better position.
And I take his back.
Better position, and it's a power position because taking someone's back is very beneficial. Let's see, better position plus power position.
So it's a nice way to take the back.
I think this should be enough. So after I finally converted all this information that I learned from this video tutorial right here into this code form, having the new information fresh in my head to prevent this new information from spoiling, the last process I do is that I use the Anki app, which is right here, to help me review and increase my retention of the information by using a method called spaced repetition. That way I don't have to worry about forgetting what I just memorized. It could be weeks to months to even years. It wouldn't matter, because this method will make sure I won't forget it in the long run, as long as I'm consistent with it, of course. Now, how I review the information of this card is that whenever I open my Anki app, whether it's on my computer or my phone, and this card happens to pop up for review, I immediately reveal the back of the card and try to read and decipher the code. If I have a successful review of being able to read and decipher the code that I find satisfying enough, then I increase the interval. If I fail to read and decipher the code, then I decrease the interval, sometimes back to even day 1. So far, I found great results in using this spaced repetition method to help me review my knowledge on Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tutorials. But anyways, guys, that's really it for the tutorial, and I'll catch you on the next video. So thanks, and please subscribe.